Then, now, forever. Together.
This is Toronto, the capital of the province of Ontario and the most populous city in all of Canada. Very hip, modern, eclectic city located on the banks of the northwest shore of Lake Ontario. A wonderful skyline highlighted by the amazing CN Tower. And this is the Scotiabank Arena on Bay Street, downtown, home to the NHL's Maple Leafs, NBA's Raptors, and countless WWE memories. And tonight, home to the Money in the Bank. Arrivals earlier today of the participants in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match from Raw. Drew McIntyre, who after beating Dragunov and Sheamus on Raw, vows to win the contract tonight. From SmackDown, it's him. Former NXT champion Carmelo Hayes looks to make his biggest splash to date in WWE. The SmackDown field also features a man who last participated in Money in the Bank. The ladder match 5 years ago. Andrade hopes to steal the show tonight. Haunted by the Wyatt Six and estranged from the Alpha Academy, Chad Gable looks to go it alone tonight and win his first ever ladder match. And then there's the sentimental paper, perhaps, on main event Jey Uso entering his first ever Money in the Bank ladder match. Also, LA Knight involved in this matchup tonight. And the WWE Hall of Famer, Toronto's own Trish Stratus, is our guest host tonight. Someone's life changes tonight at Money in the Bank.
Okay, here's how the story goes. So try and keep up. And I mean all the way up. Because up here is what everyone wants.
Climb the ladder, grab the briefcase. Inside a contract, you can cash in on any world champion at any time.
And to get it, it's more than just a classic smash and grab. You gotta battle your way. Fly your way. Climb your way and crash your way. Do anything your way past 5 other superstars. Because if you get this, then you might get one of these. And let me tell you, everyone wants one of those.
If somehow you retain that title at Money in the Bank, as long as you're champion, I'll never challenge for the world title again. But when I beat you, you leave the Judgment Day.
But be careful, because everyone will want a piece of you, too.
What sort of hell has been unleashed by Solo and the Bloodline?
So, stay sharp. Stay focused. Because one wrong step, and it's a one-way ticket to oh my God.
The danger off the charts, but the prize makes it worth it.
Tonight our superstars turn their eyes to the skies. It is a moment which will change lives forever.
Whoever said money isn't everything never had the money.
I'm in London, got my beef from London.
Yeah, in the trap, hanging places that you can't go. Glock 40, he got smoky at a Draco. 1,000 nights on that corner eating egg rolls. Bad Puerto Rican look like J-Lo. Whoa, they try to extort me, I ain't pedo.
And now, WWE presents Countdown to Money in the Bank.
Tap, 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 tap.
WWE fans are out in force tonight. We are at the Scotiabank Arena, live in downtown Toronto. Welcome to Countdown to Money in the Bank. Hello again, everybody. I'm Michael Cole. And I am joined by a former King of the Ring, a former 5-time Intercontinental Champion, Wade Barrett. And also a man who knows what it's all about to win Money in the Bank. Big E joining us here tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you kindly. It is an honor. Michael, there's a lyric that I heard from a song early in my career on the main roster. The lyric is something about the night is magic I can't explain. I have that feeling about tonight.
Yeah, I think a lot of things. Triple H said moments ago when he was on his way over to the Scotiabank Arena that there are many surprises in store tonight at Money in the Bank. Are you guys ready? I said, are you guys ready? And we have a massive card tonight at Money in the Bank. And, well, the main event is a 6-man tag team match. It is going to be a war, ladies and gentlemen. Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton take on the Bloodline.
And tonight sees the biggest threat yet of Sami Zayn's reign as Intercontinental Champion. The 250-pound canister of nitroglycerin known as Bron Breakker. These two go head-to-head for the gold tonight.
80% of the time when you cash to the contract on the men's side, you win a world championship. Who will win the men's Money in the Bank contract ladder match later on tonight?
And 6 women get the chance to board a rocket ship to another dimension tonight. Zoe Stark, Naomi, Lyra Valkyria, Io Sky, Chelsea Green, and Little Miss Perfect, Tiffany Stratton, compete in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
And the World Heavyweight Championship is up for grabs tonight. Damian Priest defends the title against Seth freaking Rollins at Money in the Bank. And he's the former World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins, who enters the ring for the very first time since WrestleMania with an opportunity to win the World Championship here tonight. So a lot I want to talk about in this matchup, and I want to start with you, Big E, because the reason that Damian Priest is World Champion today is because he cashed in the Money in the Bank contract at WrestleMania. You cashed in the contract as well. It changed your entire life. What was Priest feeling in those moments when he cashed in at Mania?
You know what I love about the Money in the Bank briefcase is it allows you to skip the line. It's like playing Chutes and Ladders. You hit that ladder. It's like getting the fast pass at a theme park. It allows you to skip the ladder. And I think oftentimes people have this conception of where you are. You're a mid-carder. This is how you'll be seen. You win that Money in the Bank briefcase. It allows you to skip the line to get to the very top. And it gives you a lot of confidence to know you belong here now.
What about confidence when it comes to Seth Rollins, Wade? He hasn't been in the ring since WrestleMania and the night that he lost the championship to McIntyre.
Well, I actually bumped into Seth Rollins a little earlier today, told me he was feeling good, he was feeling confident, he's well rested, and he joked, I just have to learn how to wrestle again now. It's 3 months off, and it was a joke, but there is a nugget of truth in that. E, you know as well as I do, you take 3 months off for an injury in this game, and it can be really hard to get back to top form, get your confidence fully in gear in the ring, and be engaged, ready to win titles.
So in just a brief couple of seconds, for Damian Priest, for you, Big E, greatest performance so far as champion.
You know what, I think a lot of people thought he was a lame duck champion. I think he's done a tremendous job. I think he proved a lot to a lot of people in Glasgow at Clash of the Castle. I'd give him a solid A.
And to me, he's a 10. Listen, that spotlight, when you become a world champion for the first time, a lot of guys get eaten up by that. So much responsibility. Damian Priest has grown taller and taller with every passing week. He's been superb.
Well, Wade, we talked a lot about you bumping into Seth Rollins, but I had an opportunity to sit down with Seth this week.
Yes, you did. It was one of the most revealing moments I've ever seen from Seth Rollins. You've got to check this out, guys. Let's go there right now. Michael Cole and Seth Rollins sit-down interview.
Look who's here. Ahead of tonight's World Heavyweight Championship match, #1 contender Seth freaking Rollins spoke candidly about everything that's happened since WrestleMania. First off, Seth, welcome back. It's been a few eventful months since you left us in WWE. How does it feel to be back?
It feels good. I mean, you're always a little nervous when you take some time off and you come back. You never know how you're going to fit in, but I've been welcomed back with open arms. It's been really nice to kind of feel that vibe, that energy of the WWE universe. Don't get me wrong, Love my time at home with my family, but when you get back in front of that crowd, you feel that energy, man. That's where Seth freaking Rollins comes alive, you know?
Before we get into things, how is the family? Becky, obviously, leaving WWE after losing the championship. She's at home with your daughter. How's she doing? How is the man?
The man's great. She's great. I can't speak to her future or what she's got moving forward, but she's great. She's in good spirits, and the little one's awesome as well. She's 3.5, and she's a menace. She runs the ship.
Let's go back to WrestleMania season. What an emotional weekend.
Yeah.
Let's first talk about Saturday night, the main event, the tag match, you and Cody versus Rock and Roman. Walk us through that night and stepping into the ring with those guys.
Oh, man, night one, it was cold, man. It was very cold night one, so that's kind of the first thing I remember from it. But then it was just this bigness. I felt at home. I felt like that's where I belong. That's where I was supposed to be. And I knew that getting in the ring, the adrenaline would get me through that night, and it did. And, you know, the result wasn't what we wanted, but the experience was incredible. Set the table for night two.
As we get into night two, now you have to turn around less than 24 hours later and actually kick off WrestleMania, banged up, grueling 45-minute match the night before, in there against a very dangerous competitor in Drew McIntyre. What was your mindset, and how did you get ready for a match of that caliber so quickly after the match on Saturday night?
I remember after the first night sitting there, and WrestleMania has been 2 nights for a few years now, but I've never done back-to-back. And after WrestleMania, there's this, this breath you take where you're like, oh, we did it, we did it. I was sitting backstage with my wife, and I took that breath and then immediately realized that I had to come back the next night. And I knew it was going to be an uphill battle for me.
For all of us, whether an announcer like myself or an in-ring performer like yourself, for many, many years, we've worked back-to-back nights. WrestleMania is different because you leave it all out there, whether you're calling a match or you're in the main event on that first night. Now you got to go do it again the second night, and it's hard. So why did you choose to be involved in both these matches then?
I had a duty to the World Heavyweight Championship to defend it to the best of my ability, to give it a presence at WrestleMania, and it certainly wasn't something I was going to vacate. And there's always a puncher's chance, you know? You go out there, you never know what's going to happen. You know, Drew could make a mistake. That night, he did not make a mistake until after the fact.
But why did you stick yourself into the business of Cody and Roman and The Rock? Why did Seth Rollins do that?
I guess I felt like it was important. To move the industry forward, we needed to put an end to Roman's reign. So I was willing to sacrifice my own well-being, my own championship reign. I had a feeling that we could do some good with what I had left, and fortunately, I was right.
Let's fast forward to 4 hours later. It was only appropriate that Roman Reigns allowed his obsession with Seth Rollins to eventually cost him the championship. How did that feel to you?
It was a catharsis. I knew that if I could just drag myself to the ring, get the chair in there, Roman would make that mistake. You know, give Cody the opening he needed to win the match. Thankfully, I was right again.
What a bittersweet weekend.
I
mean, everything that you went through emotionally, but to finally see Cody Rhodes finish his story in some weird way, that must have felt good for you.
Yeah, you know, it was interesting. You know, there was probably a hint of jealousy in there somewhere, but I felt fulfilled for kind of the first time in my career. I took a breath and I said, I'm gonna be okay. And I felt like I could take a rest, you know, for the first time in 12 years. I felt like I'm gonna get this surgery and everything's gonna be okay.
Still to come, Rollins spoke openly about his view of current World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest.
I remember my first title reign. It is very different visualizing yourself as the world champion and then stepping into those shoes.
You know, guys, very candid interview with Seth Rollins, and I learned a lot about Seth in this interview and the sacrifice that he did at WrestleMania for Cody Rhodes. I mean, think about this. Seth Rollins did not have to get involved in this whole Roman Reigns Rock situation. He did, knowing he was going to have to defend the championship the next night. And then to come out during the Roman Reigns Cody Rhodes match and put himself in harm's way, really set up Roman's obsession getting to him and helping Cody win. I mean, this is just an incredible act by Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I think it's one of the most selfless acts we've seen in our industry. But I have some real questions about Seth being back so early. I did not expect him to be back anytime soon. You know, I think back to 2019, I tore my meniscus. I was out for about 6 weeks thinking, oh, I'll be on the elliptical, I'll stay in shape. There's nothing like being in ring shape. That several months he's been out, as Wade alluded to, it's going to take some time to get that ring rust off, to get your lungs back. And, you know, and Seth's someone who's had back issues since at least 2021 when we wrestled. You know, his back has been bothering him for a while. He's beat up. I don't know if he's back too soon. That, to me, is the big question. Where is his health at?
Yeah, and if there is an issue with health, it will be exploited tonight by someone like Damian Priest. But going back to what you said, Cole, the heroics that we saw over WrestleMania weekend, incredibly selfless, as Big E said. It was, I mean, we've had 10 years plus of heroics from Seth Rollins, so it doesn't surprise me. But ultimately, it was a losing weekend personally for Seth Rollins. He spread himself way too thinly. He was trying to do way too much. Tonight's a very different story. Tonight, Seth Rollins needs to be selfish. And when Seth Rollins is selfish, he gets to focus exclusively on himself. He is absolutely the best on the planet, and it's going to have to be that version of him tonight if he's going to dethrone Damian Priest.
The second half of this interview, which comes up in just a little bit, is pretty incredible. Seth has a lot to say about Damian Priest and how he's done so far as the world champion. Well, there's plenty more to come here on the Money in the Bank Countdown Show. We got Wade Barrett and Big E, of course, analysis. Also a very special guest coming up. We're also going to count down the top 10 crashes in Money in the Bank history. We'll be back in a moment.
Oh, no way, no way. Whoa! The RKO from the top of the ladder. Gotta be kidding. Oh my God. Oh! Off the ladder!
Styles knows how dangerous this is. How is Kevin Owens not broken in half?
And Ricochet launched right off the ladder, and the ladder just crashed in half. The ladder split in half by Ricochet's body. The opportunity of a lifetime. Money in the Bank. Inside a contract, guaranteed championship opportunity, which will change lives forever.
Get ready for the summer's ultimate heist.
Who can handle the heat of NXT Heatwave?
The Money in the Bank Countdown Show rolls on from downtown Toronto, and Ontario native and two-time Juno Award nominee Wyland James will perform O Canada live later tonight right here on the Countdown Show. Talking a lot about the World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest. He is here tonight, flanked by the other members of Judgment Day. Remember, if Priest loses, though, he has to leave the Judgment Day for good. Also, the undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes is here, set to do battle in a match that will be a war. Cody Rhodes teaming up with the Apex Predator of WWE, the 14-time World Champion. the Viper, Randy Orton. And it's been a very emotional week for KO, Kevin Owens. His mother's in the hospital in Quebec, but he is still going to be here tonight to go to battle against the Bloodline. The new, some would say improved, others would say even more dangerous, heartless, remorseless Bloodline, who've acknowledged Solo Sikoa as their tribal chief. Solo promises to make Cody and company acknowledge him tonight.
Losing and winning matters. So that means consequences need change. My brother, I love you.
That's Tama Tonga!
That's the son of Haku, who has been wrecking shop in Japan for years!
Solo, you're making decisions that are not yours to be made.
You done yet?
Right hand man, Tama Tonga, step up! Solo, I acknowledge you.
I call the shots, and you will be my wise man.
That's Tonga Loa! That's Tonga's brother! Barbaric, unpredictable, infamous Tonga Loa, step up! I acknowledge you.
When the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, comes back.
Wise, I hate to be the one to tell you this. He's not coming back.
I've already beaten one head of the table. So why don't you leave your family backstage?
Are you sure you want to face Solo? I get wanting to do it on your own, but they always have a plan.
These Tongans are completely unhinged.
Here comes Orton, here comes Owens. That's Jacob Fatu. This guy needs to be locked up. Fatu is going to destroy the WWE champion. My enforcer, Jacob Fatu, step up. I love you. I acknowledge you.
Solo, these are very dangerous people that you are recruiting into the Bloodline.
Acknowledge me.
Solo, I love you. And I acknowledge that you are not my tribal chief.
You are looking at an obviously out of control, a rogue Bloodline, as Solo Sikoa continues to make a hostile takeover as the leader of the Bloodline.
Roman Reigns was not man enough. This makes me the tribal chief.
They've got vengeance on their minds. So at Money in the Bank, we put the Bloodline down for good.
Because I am going to show everyone.
Bloodline may well have met their match.
All I care about is to beat their asses worse than ever before.
Cody Rhodes, I am coming for you.
I don't see a tribal chief. I don't see the head of the table. I see a seat filler.
And you will acknowledge me.
This is the Money in the Bank countdown show from the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. Now, guys, there's been a lot of jokes running around all week long about Jey Uso and Jey getting into the country of Canada, but we have a serious situation when it involves Jacob Fatu. I understand that the WWE, including Triple H, actually had to get involved with Canadian authorities to actually allow Jacob Fatu to get into this country for this match tonight. This is how dangerous this man is considered, not only by WWE, but outsiders as well. And Paul Heyman warned us about this man. You've been following the Bloodline every week. This is a very dangerous group.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And listen, Jacob Fatu for so long has been completely untouchable by WWE, despite how great he can be in the ring, how effective he can be, because The man is a powder keg waiting to explode, and this is exactly what Paul Heyman was trying to tell the Bloodline before he got taken out, perhaps for good. You mess with fire, one day you will get burned. And when Jacob Fatu is on side and all's going well, fantastic. The question is, at what point is he going to incinerate the rest of the Bloodline? This is a big problem.
So Big E, Solo Sikoa, who has now taken over as tribal chief of the Bloodline, he claims Roman Reigns isn't coming back, is now targeting Cody Rhodes. He said he is going to take the championship away from Cody because Roman wasn't man enough to keep the title in the family at WrestleMania. This is what we're dealing with. This is the mentality we're dealing with.
Look, Solo's not someone who's going to wait around for an opportunity. He's decided, this is mine, I'm taking this. And with Jacob Fatu, with the run he's been on, this man has 7 kids. That gives you, I think, a different kind of hunger. Jacob Fatu is scary. I see possibly future world champion. I think with Jacob Fatu in the Bloodline, I'm not sure they can lose.
And let's not forget Tama Tonga here and what that man is capable of.
Yeah, suddenly Jacob Fatu shows up. Oh, Tama Tonga, not such a big... No, Tama Tonga is a massive deal. What he has done since turning up in WWE is appalling, it's heinous, it's atrocious, but it is highly effective. This man could go in the ring tonight and rip someone's eyeballs out. Wow, what a weapon to have on your side.
Ask Kevin Owens and Randy Orton how dangerous Tama Tonga is back at Backlash in France in May. Well, also tonight, the Intercontinental Championship is up for grabs. Sami Zayn defending the title against Braun Breaker. Sami standing by with our broadcast colleague, Kathy Kelly.
Thanks so much. I am here with Sami Zayn, who has had quite the week from your comedy show, Sami Zayn and Friends, to tonight's Intercontinental Championship match against Braun Breaker. Now, how have you juggled all of these undertakings, considering that they're polar opposites?
Well, it's been hard. I'd say the last 10 days have been kind of difficult because you really hit it on the head there. These are two very different things to prepare for. On the one hand, putting a comedy show together takes a certain mindset. And it happened if you were there. I thought it went really well. You know, it was fun. It was a lot of fun laughs. But at the same time, I'm trying to juggle all that and that preparation with preparing for getting into the lion's den, essentially, with Braun Breaker. And I'm very well aware of the physical threat that this man poses. So trying to kind of balance those two mindsets has been tough. But you know what? The comedy show's done. We're very close here. The time's upon us now. I'm kind of getting in that mindset. That adrenaline's kind of kicking in, and you know, mixed with a little bit of nerves, if I'm being totally honest. But I don't want to sound overconfident here, but I don't see myself leaving my home country. I don't see myself walking out of Canada without the Intercontinental Championship.
Well, it seems like you have a lot on your plate tonight, so I'm going to let you get to it. Thank you so much, and I'm going to send it over to my broadcast colleague, Jackie Redmond.
Kathy, thank you so much. I'm here with Braun Breaker. Braun, listen, there is no doubt you have been an absolute wrecking ball since coming to Monday Night Raw, but there are some who would argue that going into this Intercontinental Championship match with Sami Zayn, that he would have the edge over you in terms of experience. What's your response to that?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's no doubt Sami Zayn has the edge on me in experience. Sami's been wrestling all over the world for quite some time now. But Sami Zayn has never been in the ring with an athlete like me. Someone that is amongst the top athletes to ever live on this freaking planet is going to be standing across the ring from him tonight in his home country, and it's going to be that much sweeter when I take it away from everybody out there and become the new Intercontinental Champion.
All right, thank you for your time, Braun. Listen, tonight marks 91 days for Sami Zayn as Intercontinental Champion, and his match against Braun Breaker will be his 5th title defense.
I have every single reason in the world to believe in myself.
Do you believe in miracles? 666 days as champion. I beat him.
Zayn taking out Gunther. He has fought and clawed his way to become Intercontinental Champion here in WWE.
The truth is, though, I haven't really had a lot of time to enjoy the Intercontinental Championship because this entire time there's been one thorn in my side, and that is Chad Gable.
And now, I gotta look forward and do my job, which is defend the Intercontinental Championship against anybody and everybody.
Sami Zayn.
Braun Breaker, the intense, powerful, dominant, badass.
I am taking that Intercontinental Championship. I've left a long list of bodies behind me since being here. Oh my God! And you, my friend, are next on the list.
You've had an incredible career, all right? You've been on top of WWE for over a decade. You've main evented WrestleMania, won World Tag Team Gold. But you want to know what the difference between you and me is that you are well fed. And truth be told, you don't need the Intercontinental Championship at this stage of your career. That Intercontinental Championship needs me.
Everybody seems to think that Braun Breaker is going to run right through me. So I'm going to just say this once, just to make sure that I am not misunderstood. I am going to beat Braun Breaker at Money in the Bank.
You gave me an opportunity at the Intercontinental Championship, which tells me you have no idea what you're in for. I am going to break you in this ring and become the new Intercontinental Champion.
Do you know how many guys have said that they're gonna beat me down, that they're gonna break me in half? It's happened 1,000 times, and 1,000 times I have put myself back together. If I really have to stand in this ring and tell you about who I am, maybe, just maybe, you're not as good as you think you are.
Spear! How's that for a bold statement?
Braun Breaker about split Sami in half.
Oh! Shoulder first to the steps!
And now Sami Zayn looking to send a message to Braun Breaker. Spear! Sami gave everything he had, and Braun Breaker still left him down in the middle of the ring. Good luck, Sami Zayn. You know, since the King of the Ring, Gunther, joined the WWE a number of years ago, only 3 men have defeated him. 2 of them are in the Intercontinental Championship match later on tonight, Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker. Breaker indeed an unpredictable badass. What does Sami have to do tonight to try to knock off Breaker in the biggest match of his career so far?
Sami Zayn needs to upset the odds once again. But here's the thing about Sami Zayn. He's made a career of doing exactly that. You look at Sami Zayn, he looks like he should be in a vegan yoga retreat out in Bali somewhere. He doesn't look like he's going to be that good. But when the bell rings consistently, this man is a demon in that ring. That guy needs to come out tonight, and this might be the toughest test of Sami Zayn's career against a man who perhaps is unbreakable.
What do you think of Braun Breaker?
Look, Michael, there's a term I think of during the 2008 housing crisis. There was a term, too big to fail, when banks were being bailed out. And that's what I think about when I see Braun Breaker. He is too big, he is too strong, he is too fast, he has that dog. He's all those things. He is too much of that to fail. And look, I say the same thing with Sami, and I hear the people. I hear you people. I know Sami's home. I know he's in Canada, and I see him against monsters every single week, and I think, how can he do it? But he gets it done every single time. I don't know if tonight he can get it done against Braun, though.
Yeah, well, once upon a time, I remember Sami Zayn going to Montreal, and everyone was convinced, hey, it's Sami's home, it's Canada. He's going to defeat the great Roman Reigns, put in a hell of an effort, and ultimately lost. I will tell you right now, being in your home country gives you a lift. It ain't a magic pill, though. Sami Zayn is going to need more than that tonight.
Michael, actually, if you don't mind, I gotta dip. There's a thing I gotta do.
Biggie, it's live television. We don't take bathroom breaks.
It's fine, Michael. It's fine.
You go to the bar.
Fine. I got a thing.
What's he doing, Cole? You don't let me do that.
You can't take a bathroom break on live TV.
I need to go too, actually, Cole. I'm kind of holding on.
No, you're not going to abandon me. Hey, you know, folks, for nearly 20 years, the Money in the Bank briefcase has been helping WWE superstars achieve their ultimate dream of championship gold. But as WWE World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest will tell you here, holding that contract is not always easy, especially on that briefcase. They may be cashed in, but never forgotten.
They got my brother locked inside. The Money in the Bank ladder match. What began as a one-of-a-kind match at WrestleMania became one of WWE's premier annual events.
It is a moment which will change lives forever.
Every year, worthy opponents with championship dreams climb rung after rung. Some fall, others fail, until only one stands alone at the top and grabs the golden ticket.
He's got it!
The Money in the Bank briefcase. See, a briefcase's job is to carry things. Important documents, many everyday essentials. But while a Money in the Bank briefcase may hold a contract, it carries opportunity. The opportunity to become a champion.
Io Sky wins the championship!
Hanging 20 feet above the ring, WWE superstars put everything on the line just to hold it. But once it's in their grasp, they can't wait to give it away.
Liv Morgan won the contract just a couple of hours ago. She's cashing in. Liv did it. Liv the champion.
For nearly 2 decades, the Money in the Bank briefcase has turned superstars into living legends. And I should know, I'm one of them.
Damian Priest is about to change the entire trajectory of his career.
As soon as I grabbed that case last year, we became teammates, partners. We shared one goal, one dream. Together we went all the way to the top.
I'm president right now.
I became El Campeón, and the briefcase, well, he ended up here. Retirement. Opportunity can take many forms and come in different colors. I'm partial to purple.
That's his briefcase. A little worse for wear.
Their scars are their stories. And yeah, there have been some bumps in the road. From the highest of highs to the lowest of lows. Heist of the century and heist of the heart.
Miz is champion!
Never once losing sight of the main mission. To make their superstar a champion. For these Money in the Bank briefcases, their legendary story ends here. But tonight, another begins.
I hate ladders. So scared and mad right now.
Bye.
See you later. Gosh, we're so smart.
Yeah, I don't know. I was stuck somehow. Don't know how. I was stuck. I felt like the witch under the house.
Yes, there you go.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
See, I saved you. Now, don't you like me?
Did you save me here?
Look, I helped out
but
a little bit.
You didn't get me out.
But I was busy with Bailey.
Oh, this was when you guys are working. It's good to have someone that's in your team in a match like this.
Damage control.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, these ladders, everything hurts. Oh, God, hurts. Actually, going in with a partner like Io, I just let her do all the work, and hopefully, like, by the end of it, I can climb the ladder. Ooh, maybe not.
Was this a miscommunication? See, and they're still not underneath it. They think they're underneath it.
Right. Damn it, Becky. She was ruining everything for us in this time. Weird how much a year can change.
It's fun watching us back, though.
Yeah.
It's been so long.
Oh, yeah.
Beat her up, beat her up. Okay. She on the taller ladder. Everyone's fighting to get on their taller ladder.
Hop on over, Bailey. Come on. You can do it, baby girl. Oh, what are you doing? That's how much I hate Becky. Should have just climbed. Well, I did it for Io.
I touch you. I'm touching. They moved it away. Oh You're the first one to touch it, though, right? Yeah, in this match. This is the thing. Oh, look. My poor face being thrown into many objects. Honestly, you could have just moonsaulted and caught it on the way back. Oh. No, don't do that. You're crazy. Don't do that. Now I can't reach.
What is she doing? And there's another ladder in there.
See, it looks like you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
But you're just doing it onto people.
Yay!
Oh.
No, I got the brunt of that. Thanks a lot, Io. I should have known.
Never.
Uh-oh.
No, not in a day in your life. No.
Yeah, that looked like it hurt.
Oh!
Her chancla. That hurts too.
What do you guys call it? Sandal?
Sandal.
Jandal. We call it jandal.
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 Pretty proud.
Sandal. Flip-flop. American. My flip-flop.
In Japan, sandal.
Code red. Here we go.
Both right there for the freaking briefcase, but no.
That was so cool. But so painful. Yeah. We got the "This is awesome" chant,
We
and
did.
like this was the highlight of the match. Besides,
Exactly.
I mean, you know, whatever, winning, but like this was it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
We're touching it, baby.
Yes, briefcase. Oh my gosh, who is pushing? Oh my. Oh
my God.
What? Oh, that was me.
I forgot about this moment. Didn't need to be reminded of it again.
And that's what screwed me.
The brains of this woman! The brains of this woman! This is big brain stuff! This is S-tier thinking! Yeah,
See,
I
you
get it.
smart. You smart.
I smart.
That's why. That's why.
Yeah.
That's right. This is so good.
Oh my god. I was a little like proud of her for just being a freaking genius, but this part was just insult to injury right here. She could have climbed over Becky, but she decided to. I don't know if she thinks that like I'd be happy for her, or she was like, this is what you wanted, Bailey, because I did want to elevate them to the end of time, and I literally elevated her.
Yo.
Good memory. My
That was
great
good.
memory.
Yeah.
This is the Money in the Bank Countdown Show. We are on Lake Ontario, of course, in Toronto. Very few places have a special place in history of the WWE like Toronto does. For more on this, here is our resident Canadian, our broadcast colleague, Jackie Redmond.
Dear Toronto, when I first laid eyes on you, it was love at first sight. Getting my start in Canada's most populated city, you learn firsthand, we are a passionate bunch. It's a passion that can be heard coast to coast to coast and around the world. Toronto, your love affair with WWE, it's a two-way street. I mean, you've been the site of some unforgettable WWE showdowns. The Ultimate Challenge? Absolutely.
Feel the electricity. You can cut it with a knife.
Historic rivalries? We got that.
Good God Almighty! No! John Cena's won!
Icon versus icon? Yeah, we've had those too.
And quite frankly, a match I thought I would never, ever see.
Breaking the all-time Skydome attendance record?
67,000!
Been there, broke that twice.
68,237!
You're a city whose superstars shine as bright as the CN Tower, whose hearts are as big as the Rogers Center.
Canada is the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
But whose winters can be as spontaneous as a stone-cold stunner. T-Dot, you've been known to get a little rated R.
It feels even better to be back in my hometown. Thank you for being a city that I've always been proud to represent.
With a side of stratisfaction.
I'm from Toronto. This is my stomping ground. This is my home. Hope I'm representing well.
The Six has seen the gamut of WWE events and superstars, and this weekend, the city and WWE add another historic milestone with the first ever Canadian Money in the Bank. Toronto, the stakes don't get any higher. And while we wait not so patiently for the Maple Leafs to finally bring Lord Stanley home, there's no better time to make Scotiabank rock. The way only we
the North can.
And it's only appropriate that, well, we have the Money in the Bank contract ladder match coming up, and the king of ladder matches joining us here on the Countdown Show, two-time Hall of Famer, Senior Vice President of Talent Development Creative, HBK, Shawn Michaels.
Get all those names in there, especially the SVP one.
Welcome,
That's
Shawn.
my favorite as of late.
It's so great to see you. I'm glad you're here. Of course, tomorrow, a huge event for NXT Heatwave right here at the Scotiabank Arena. NXT and Toronto have had a long love affair together. We saw on SmackDown last night, Gargano and Ciampa winning the WWE Tag Team titles. They won the NXT Tag titles right here in this city. What about tomorrow night in Heatwave? What can we expect from this massive event?
Well, look, for us in NXT, tomorrow we've got a bunch of young talent coming up here for the first time. They are excited, they are psyched, and they're ready to go. NXT Heatwave, we've got all championships on the line tomorrow night. Trick Williams, the unbelievable Trick Williams, the man who is sort of, I don't know, setting a new standard at NXT as the NXT champion, defends his championship in a fatal four-way against Canada's own Shawn Spears and all ego Ethan Page, and also, holy Toledo, and also the young OG, Javon Evans. The women's championship is also on the line. Roxanne Perez defends her NXT Women's Championship against Lola Vice. The tag team titles on the line. Both North American championships on the line. Big, big night for NXT. Here's
Shawn,
here in Toronto.
I am so impressed with the NXT North American champion, Obafemi. I mean, when you first saw this guy, what did you think?
Money. You know what I mean? Honestly, look, so that's one of the, you look at this NIL program, the recruiting that WWE and NXT are doing right now, and you look at a guy like Obafemi and you say, this is working. This is the future. I mean, this is a guy, he's been doing this, Wade, now maybe a year, but he's already so dominant, and I'm telling you, he's only getting better. He's a force to be reckoned with. Wesley, I love Wesley, and he was a fantastic North American champion, but he has got his work cut out for him going against Obafemi because right now, he is an unstoppable machine.
And, of course, the new NXT Women's North American Champion, Kalani Jordan, in action tomorrow night as well. We're going to get back with more Shawn Michaels in just a moment, but let's continue our top 10 countdown of the biggest Money in the Bank crashes of all time.
I'm changing my mind, Kofi. Don't do this. Kofi kicks him to the top of that ladder. So high above the floor. McIntyre's in trouble. He hasn't moved. No, Kofi, do not do this. Kofi, don't take that. The bull drop. And the God through the table.
Third time a charm for Shelton Benjamin competing in Money in the Bank.
Whoa, Shelton's up there.
Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. No. Oh, no.
You know, guys, on the men's side of things, 80% of the time when you cash in the contract, you win a world championship. This is the quickest way to a title, Shawn. Back in your day, you didn't have this opportunity.
No, but I mean, at the same time, well, I had an opportunity to go up and grab a championship.
Yes, you did.
But the thing is, look, I've told this story 1,000 times. Razor Ramon and myself, we were climbing that ladder. We had no idea the history and I don't know what this would become. It has absolutely become a spectacle all around the world. And to me, I don't know, to me, the level that these matches have gone to now, I don't know. I know Scott Hall is up there smiling proud, and I know I'm certainly here smiling proud because it is amazing what the ladder matches have become in the 2024.
And again, Sean, you did battle for a championship, right? The point I guess I was making, and Wade, you can attest to this, you've been in the Money in the Bank contract ladder matches, is so many people go throughout their entire careers without an opportunity at a world championship. This, well, moves you to the head of the line if you can win this thing tonight.
Yeah, and it just makes your pathway to win that championship even easier. You can wait till a guy is completely laid out, cash in on him. And I look at a guy like, let's say, an LA Knight. You know all the momentum he has behind him. Could he become the Money in the Bank megastar tonight? And of course, then there is the guy that Sean knows better than anyone, Carmelo Hayes. He says he is him. If you are him, go up to the top of that ladder tonight and prove it. Take control of your future.
Well, I'm going to make my pick. Jey Uso standing by with Captain Kelly.
We heard those yeets out there, and I am here with the main event, Jey Uso, his very first Money in the Bank ladder match tonight. Now, Jey, on Monday, you told me that you were confident that you were walking away with that title, with that contract, with that briefcase. How do you think the win tonight would change the trajectory of your career?
Big time, Kathy. It can help me get my first singles championship, right? But tonight is the night. No more tacos, Kathy. I'm going out there, I'm snatching that yeet case, and I'm gonna be the new Mr. Money Yeet in the Bank, and his name is Main Event Jey Uso. Yeet.
I mean, he sounded pretty confident. What do you think, guys?
Well, Jay's always confident. And, again, he's my pick to win this whole thing tonight, Wade. Let's take a look at the women's side of things just for a moment. Yep. Io Sky looking to make history tonight. She would become only the second person in history, the first was CM Punk, to actually go back-to-back in Money in the Bank contract ladder matches. Can she do it tonight?
She absolutely can. When it comes to going skyward, there are no better women on planet Earth than the genius of the sky. She has that pedigree. She's proven it in the past. She also has the motivation to recapture what she lost.
So from what I understand, Wade, Big E actually didn't, well, he might have gone to the restroom, but he's actually not there anymore. He's out in the arena somewhere. Big E, what are you up to?
Look, Michael, it's been a while, and I had to indulge myself. There's something, if you don't mind, that I haven't done in a while that I'd like to do. If you don't mind, I'm clearing my throat. Oh, Toronto! Don't you dare be sour! Clap for Money in the Bank and feel the power! Yes! Oh, that feels good. That feels right, Michael. It feels real good.
So, Big E, listen. Give us your strategy. Show us what you did, how you climbed the ladder to grab that contract to win Money in the Bank.
Look, Michael, I don't have I have a fear of heights, so I'm just going to talk about what I did. Look, winning Money in the Bank in 2021 was one of the biggest feats of my career. It is incredible to be in a match like this, but it is also a match that has a ton of danger. Thank you. They're very sweet people here. A ton of danger. I don't know if some of you remember what happened to Joey Mercury many years ago. His nose exploded. This is one of the most dangerous matches we have here in WWE, but the risks are worth the reward.
Big E, again, you've been a part of this before. Wade's been a part of it. This is one of those events where if you've never witnessed Money in the Bank, you need to watch tonight. You need to be a part of it. It is so unique, above and beyond anything else we do in WWE.
It really is a spectacle. You're going to see so much athleticism. You're going to see so many different creative little things here tonight. You're going to see talent putting their very best foot forward tonight. I'm so excited for the men's Money in the Bank and the women's Money in the Bank. A lot of great athletes, and it's going to be a spectacle. There's really no other match like the Money in the Bank ladder match.
So, Big E, do you think you can make your way back up here? I got to try to get down to ringside and call this event here in a few moments.
Let me relive my glory days real quick. I'm just going to...
Oh, you're actually going to try
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Get down, E.
Oh, it feels good. It feels real good. Oh, it's right there. Yes, man. It's going to be special here tonight. It's going to be real special, Michael.
Thank you, Big E. We'll see you in a little bit.
I'll tell you right now, climbing the ladder feels good. Falling off the ladder, not so much. Be very careful there. But I'll tell you something I did love earlier tonight, and that was part one of Michael Cole's sit-down interview with Seth freaking Rollins. So right now, following on from that, following from what we saw a little earlier, let's head over to part two of that sit-down interview with perhaps the most unguarded and open Seth Rollins ever, including his thoughts on opponent tonight, Damian Priest.
All rise for el campeón.
I got into this business to be the best of all time.
Priest, Rollins, the World Heavyweight Championship.
If you beat me, as long as you're champion, I'll never challenge for the world title again. But when I beat you, Damian Priest, leave the Judgment Day.
It's all or nothing at Money in the Bank.
Yeah, how's that? Good as can be.
Few roads we travel in life are straight. The journey lies in how we navigate the turns and forge the paths before us. The path to WrestleMania 40 has had more curves and corners than anyone imagined. At the helm of this multi-million-dollar venture is WWE Head of Creative, Paul Levesque.
That man, Triple H, is a 14-time world champion.
The guy at the top has been there, he's been to the top, knows what it takes, and has an open mind.
I look at creative like a GPS, right? I put in the destination, and if you do that, then the GPS just tells you the turns to take along the way, but you know what your North Star is.
For Cody Rhodes, the journey starts in his home state of Georgia. For nearly 2 years, Rhodes has made it his mission to win the WWE Championship. A promise he made to his father, the late, great Dusty Rhodes.
I'm going to give the distinction that my family has long since been denied, and I am going to do it for the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Will Cody Rhodes finish the story?
A year ago, Cody took on the head of the table, the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns for the title at WrestleMania 39.
No! Spare!
The moment the referee's hand hit 3 at WrestleMania 39, and Roman Reigns successfully defended the title, the audience was clamoring for the rematch.
Despite the loss, Cody remained focused on finishing his story.
I've spent an entire 2 years fixated on the title that Roman has. People kept saying, you know, finish the story. I was saying, finish the story. But there's plenty of things that could stop me. You don't always get the fairy tale ending, as we already found out. But we're still gonna try.
The intent was to give Cody a hot year.
Rhodes to the top! The undisputed tag team champions!
And we get to WrestleMania 40 with Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns.
We had that story and that match planned out. But there was another story. A blockbuster story. We had been talking about it for years. It was just a matter of finding the right opportunity in which to tell it. Roman Reigns and The Rock.
We had an opportunity to create another main event in The Rock and Roman Reigns, something that fans have been waiting for years, something that we have been building to adjacently, but quietly, for years.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the countdown to
to Money in the Bank. Tonight will mark the 10th time the WWE has held a premium live event in the city of Toronto, one of Canada's most multicultural cities in the entire country. And you know we've got plenty of Canadian superstars featured in tonight's event, including Victoria, BC's very own Chelsea Green. She is expected, as you can hear, to have major crowd support here tonight as the only Canadian in the women's field. This is her first Money in the Bank ladder match. Naomi, however, comes in with the most experience. She has competed in 3 Money in the Bank ladder matches. She is hoping 4th time is the charm. And how about our defending Money in the Bank winner from last year, Io Sky? She would be just the second back-to-back winner in the history of this event if she's victorious tonight. Zoe Stark has spent a lot of time, oh boy. We know Canadian icon Trish Stratus is hosting tonight's event. These two have some unfinished business. Zoe Stark not looking fazed by the presence of one Trish Stratus. And don't sleep on 2024 draft pick Lyra Valkyria. She has done nothing but impress since coming up to the main roster. Tons of wins over high caliber competition. But is it tippy time? That is the question. We saw a great example of the prettiest moonsault ever last night on SmackDown. With that though, here is Money in the Bank by the numbers.
Toronto, Ontario. Population 2.9 million. A culturally rich metropolis built on passion and dedication welcomes the WWE Universe to Scotiabank Arena for the ride of a lifetime. Tonight, for the first time ever, the Six hosts this year's Money in the Bank, where 6 male and 6 female superstars embark on a career-altering journey, aspiring to ascend to heights even greater than the CN Tower. Well, metaphorically at least. But the objective remains the same as it has since this one-of-a-kind contest debuted nearly 20 years ago. To earn something worth its weight in gold, or loonies and toonies, the Money in the Bank contract, which guarantees a championship match anytime and anywhere of the holder's choosing for up to 1 year. Since its inception, 105 superstars have attempted to make the climb, but only 30 have seized the moment and the coveted contract, etching their names into the history books. Alongside the first Mr. Money in the Bank, born and bred right here in the home of your Toronto Maple Leafs, Edge. And including your hometown hero, 4 superstars have found a way to capture the contract not only once, but twice. Much like your beloved Blue Jays of yesteryear, the Second City Saints CM Punk raised the ante even further, becoming the only superstar to win the event in back-to-back years. When you're battle-tested like the Big Red Machine Kane or the New Day's Kofi Kingston, who've both been in a record 7 Money in the Bank ladder matches, you know the climb to greatness requires determination and perseverance. And few know that better than Natalya and Becky Lynch, who share the women's record of 5 appearances each. While some need only one shining moment, 8 superstars have gone one and done, winning the match in their only appearance. And while experience matters, age has proven to be just a number, as 7 winners have been under the age of 29 at the time they captured the Money in the Bank contract, with the 2 youngest winners being Alexa Bliss and Austin Theory. The only constant between all those appearances? The ladders. Over 400 ladders have been used to inflict pain or for personal gain. And the universal truth in this novel match? What goes up must come down. But it's not all about crashing and burning. We'll be back later to check in on what happens to those who are able to rise above the rest.
Give it head taps, lip tap, tap, tap.
Bruce Springsteen, Madonna, Bad Bunny. Those are just 3 names that have rocked the house here inside Scotiabank Arena this year. But tonight, as you can see, it is all about ladders, briefcases, and championships. And fans here inside the arena are getting very excited. We are less than an hour away from Money in the Bank. Hello, everybody. I'm Jackie Redmond, thrilled to be joining Big E and Wade Barrett, both of you with experience in Money in the Bank ladder matches. You won the damn thing in 2021. Why do fans love this event?
It's so unpredictable. You have so many incredible athletes in the ring all at once. It's such a creative match as well. You see so many things that you had never seen before, and I think that's why Money in the Bank. And also, you can take a relative unknown, a newcomer, someone who's kind of been stuck in the middle, and this opportunity can now skyrocket them to a world championship.
Yeah, one of the things I'm really excited about this year, especially in the men's match, is that 5 of the 6 competitors in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match have never actually been a world champion before. That's a really high percentage chance that we could get a massive, massive shot this evening. I'll be honest with you, my money's on McIntyre because he's my boy. I might have mentioned this last time we were all together or something like that. But yeah, I mean, it's just wide open, as he says.
Yeah, and if we're putting money on anyone, I'm putting money on Jey Uso.
Uh-oh.
Yeet your hearts out,
Big
man.
E is on the move. He's moving. You know, I got to do something, right? Because we've been all over the world, right? We've been in Scotland. We've been in France. And the fans in those places have made a lot of noise. Now, I'm a Canadian, and I know that you guys can give them a run for their money. So make some noise. We are less than an hour away from Money in the Bank. And WWE fans in TO, they always... See what I mean? I told you that they would show up.
I'm not dancing.
You gotta feel it.
You two dance. You're the dancers.
Move those hips.
I'm the miserable limey. I am not dancing.
Lean into the fun.
Yeah, fun ain't my thing, Jackie. That's your thing. That's this guy's thing. This is the fun guy.
All right, well, listen.
On business.
You know what's interesting? The last time we had a premium live event inside Scotiabank Arena, Seth freaking Rollins was defeating Brock Lesnar to become Universal Champion. He is in the mix, looking to reclaim, if you will, the World Heavyweight Championship tonight against Damian Priest. He sat down with Michael Cole earlier this week. We already showed you part 1 of that interview. Here is part 2.
Before tonight's championship match, Seth freaking Rollins revealed his honest opinions on El Campeon, Damian Priest.
Ironically, only 2 men in the history of WrestleMania have cashed in their contract on the grand stage. You were the first.
Yeah.
And if I can just toot my own horn for a second, still favorite call of my entire career.
Mine too.
Rollins with the heist of the century!
Damian Priest did the same thing this past WrestleMania. Let's talk about Damian. As a world champion, rate his performance so far since he won the championship.
I remember my first title reign. It is very different visualizing yourself as the world champion and then stepping into those shoes and feeling the pressure of being the guy on top. Do I feel like he's just holding the title until I'm ready to come back and take it? Maybe a little bit.
Transitional champion?
I don't know that there's such thing.
Drew McIntyre thinks so.
Drew McIntyre does think so, but Drew McIntyre is a bitter, bitter man. I am not bitter at this moment in time. He's done well, but you look at the title defenses against Jey Uso and Drew McIntyre, he needed some assistance to win those matches. Whether he wanted it or not, it doesn't matter. He's done an admirable job, but I do feel very confident going into the title match of Money in the Bank.
So confident that you entered into this gentleman's agreement with Damian Priest, where if you lose, you no longer get a championship opportunity as long as Damian's champion. If he loses, however, he finally has to leave the Judgment Day. Why did you suggest this?
I see a lot of potential in Damian, a lot of it. And I think sometimes you just have to take that risk. You just have to take that next step. And sometimes you don't want to. You don't want to push yourself outside of your comfort zone. I came up in the Shield. I know what it's like to have guys on either side of you that you can depend on. It is easy. It is a comfort zone. Your legacy is not your group. Your legacy is Damian Priest. It's who you need to be. And win, lose, or draw, he's going to learn something about himself at Money in the Bank. And he's going to learn to stand on his own 2 feet. Whether that comes at my expense or at his, we'll see.
You mentioned legacy. I want to talk about your legacy for a moment. When you were the World Heavyweight Champion, to you, it meant fighting every single night.
Yep.
You've reset now, and you've come back. Have you re-examined what you want your legacy to be over the past couple of months? And now as you come back, which, let's be honest, Seth, this could be the final big run of your career.
I mean, I feel like I'm just hitting my prime. Let's make that clear. I feel like I'm just starting my prime. But yeah, I do think more of my career is in the past than in the future. That's no doubt. I've given a lot of thought about my legacy and what I want it to be. And I'm back to win the World Heavyweight Championship. I want to add it to my legacy, and I want to continue to build on everything that I've done.
What if Seth Rollins doesn't beat Damian Priest and win the World Heavyweight Championship at Money in the Bank?
You know, I hadn't gotten that far yet. Like I said, man, I feel pretty confident about things at Money in the Bank. I really do. I mean, I've been knocked down before. I've lost as many titles as I've won. It's not my first rodeo. If I can't beat him, then I'll have to reevaluate, come back, and figure out a way to move myself forward, because I don't get another crack at Damian Priest. But that's why I made it. I need that pressure. I do my best. I do my best with my back against the wall.
But if you win the World Heavyweight Championship, let's not forget what's waiting at SummerSlam, and that would be the King of the Ring, Gunther.
Good. Good. That's a dream match for me. I hope that's a dream match for everybody else out there. That's one of those that, as I've watched him rise here in WWE, there's, you know, I get the question all the time, who'd you like to face? Who's left? And I mean, you know, I've wrestled everybody. I've been in the ring with everybody. He's one that I haven't. If and when I get my title back from Damian Priest and Money in the Bank, I will be very excited to face Gunther at SummerSlam.
Seth, good luck. Congratulations on returning, and let's keep that legacy moving forward.
Thank you very much, Michael.
I'll tell you what, these fans inside Scotiabank Arena have been loud and proud and chanting since the second this countdown show began. I'm sure we will hear them singing Seth Rollins music later on tonight. We are less than an hour away from Money in the Bank kicking off. Seth freaking Rollins, he is back, and he wants the World Heavyweight Championship that he lost back at WrestleMania. Wade, you've talked a lot about how this interview impressed you. Why so?
I love the fact that Seth Rollins, as he's got older, as he's matured, as he's got more and more success, he's just open. He is unashamedly himself right now. And Seth Rollins is a guy who, he has done it all, right? He could have retired 5 years ago, straight into the Hall of Fame, one of the greatest of all time. And I'll genuinely say this about Seth Rollins. I think he is this generation's genius in this game. He is that good. He is mentally light years ahead of the vast majority of us in this locker room. But I love more than anything that the fact that things didn't go his way at WrestleMania. He was bitter. He was hurt by that. He is more motivated than ever to get back the championship that he built. And I think we're going to see the best of Seth Rollins tonight.
Look, in boxing, they talk about A sides and B sides. And I think too often, Damian Priest, the world champion, has been positioned as the B-side, as if he's not the guy. And, you know, we're always talking about his opponents. And the incredible thing is he's been in the ring with guys like Drew, with guys like Seth, who are all first ballot Hall of Famers, all guys who are incredible. But I think we don't pay enough attention to Damian Priest and what he's doing. And I think tonight is a great opportunity for him to show he is not a lame duck champion, that tonight is going to be his night.
Yeah, there's something, sorry, Jackie, there's something to be said about when a guy cashes in the Money in the Bank briefcase, he wins the championship. Undoubtedly, winning the briefcase is very, very difficult. Cashing it in on the champ when he's beat down is really easy, and there's always an asterisk by the name of whoever wins that title. Hey, you still got to prove yourself as the champion. All right, technically he cashed it in on Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania, but Damian Priest really wants to take down Seth freaking Rollins, the man who is synonymous with that title. And if Damian Priest can do that tonight, once and for all, any doubts about the legitimacy of the reign of Damian Priest are put to bed forever.
It would absolutely be one of, if not maybe the biggest victory of Damian Priest's career, but he just won Money in the Bank last year, so Big E, he knows better than anyone that even if he hangs on to that title, he's got to have eyes in the back of his head, because he could get cashed in on tonight by whoever wins this ladder match.
Yeah, there's definitely an extra layer of danger. Look, he might pull off the unfathomable to many and beat a Seth Rollins, but look, you still got to keep your head on a swivel. It's not over.
It isn't, and we heard Drew McIntyre say on the kickoff show yesterday, if he wins that briefcase, he might just cash it in tonight if given the opportunity. A lot on the line for Damian Priest and Seth freaking Rollins as they get set for their match. Now, leading into Money in the Bank this evening, WWE superstars made an impact in the community, as they always do when we're on the road, by honoring 3 local nonprofit organizations here in Toronto. WWE teamed up with Cricket to provide grant funding, custom replica WWE titles, and a visit from some superstars.
As Toronto gears up for the ultimate heist of the summer, WWE and Cricket are celebrating the power of this community and the people who are the driving force behind it. They are the passionate experts empowering kids to make healthy choices through initiatives that keep them active and inspired, and the dedicated community leaders ensuring that every individual has access to critical services and programs to reach their full potential. These leaders are rolling up their sleeves and putting in the work to make Toronto all it can be. Join WWE and Cricket in celebrating Yonge Street Mission, Scatting Court Community Center, and MLSE Launchpad as Toronto's community champions.
I'll tell you what, there have been some monumental moments that have happened for WWE right here in the city of Toronto as we get set to make some more memories. Coming up on the other side, we'll go behind the scenes and take a look at Sami Zayn's comedy show that took over Toronto on Thursday.
After decades of entertaining fans in venues all around the world, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and the Royal Rumble have gone from jam-packed arenas to massive stadium spectacles.
It's a takeover. Go.
Today, we're thrilled to announce that all 3 WWE mega events are rolling through Indy. In partnership with the Indiana Sports Corp, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, and WrestleMania are all making stops at the iconic Lucas Oil Stadium. Tell them, Pat.
Oh, holy hell, the holy trinity of wrestling is going down in beautiful Indianapolis. Lucas Oil Stadium has hosted the Super Bowl, check. The College Football National Championship, check. The College Basketball National Championship, check. Olympic trials, check. And of course, an Anvil smash or two, double check. It all kicks off Saturday, February 1st with the Royal Rumble. And I, for one, am synced up.
So, WWE Universe, I've got one question for you. Are you ready?
Oh man, they all hate me so much. Everyone backstage does.
You can see who the odd man out is here in this one.
Yeah, I was getting a little nervous here. Bunch of pretty bad dudes looking. There it is. There it is. Yeah.
Look at this chaos.
I feel like I've been in this position a lot in the WWE. Like what's happening right here is pretty much exactly what my run has been like. Me just up against all the odds, facing everyone they have.
It did make sense seeing how everybody else was teaming up against me and him to team up and take out everybody else, and then I could just focus on him.
So I said, I didn't do the work for him, Let me get the table. We'll set him up. We can do some cool stuff together.
He's worked very hard to achieve what he's achieved here so far.
Look at the situation now. 2 champions.
I want to say everything's starting to break down now, but it's pretty much been breaking down from the jump.
World heavyweight champion, United States champion. I see things in people. I can see if they have the it factor. I can see if they have that gift. And recruiting Damian, even just momentarily right here, that's sharp.
Gotcha.
I feel like I should have seen that coming.
I hit him and they booed, and I turned and said, what do you expect me to do?
That's crazy. But now, you dummy, you left me alone. All right, let's get up there.
I think he's one of the most athletic dudes in the WWE. On the contrary, I'm never impressed by LA Knight.
Maybe you credit where credit's due. That was all right. Not too bad.
Shinsuke set him up, but I'm going to go ahead and take it from here, buddy. You did good. Again, all these guys are amazing wrestlers.
I thought my insides exploded here.
But I'm thinking when I'm in there. I'm not just like a big brute going from one move to the next. He set Priest up, and now it's payback.
All the entire midsection, I thought everything was shattered inside. In that moment, that's what it felt like.
I fully expected that ladder to break. That really hurt.
I could feel my oxygen just going away.
He's passing out. Oh my God, he's passing out.
Crazy high flyers.
Again, Ricochet is just insane of the stuff that he can do and so smooth.
Now you got ridiculous things like this happening.
Oh, I remember Pete was really high flying that night. I didn't really see this because I was out and down, but I heard the crowd gasp.
My foot hit first, and it just moved the rope, and he just missed it. But then he got up there, and
This was horrible. I tried to land on the top rope, but Ricochet had landed on it first.
For anybody out there who thinks it's easy, it's not as easy as you to get it off. It's nerve-wracking when you get up there. Plus, you're on a ladder that's shaking. My goodness.
That one hurt. I had like welts all down my back for
I forgot
a week or
about
two
that.
after that.
Oh, that had to suck. Man thought he had it. The crowd thought he had it. They were going nuts.
Damian Priest out of nowhere.
The crowd don't win you the matches, though.
I kind of counted myself out at this point. I felt lucky to be alive.
Little broken arrow action.
That felt awful.
That was a fall and a half.
That could have been bad.
It could have been bad.
Probably the worst fall I've ever had in my career.
That's the type of thing that takes a couple of hours off your life.
Once I saw everybody was down, emphatically, gotcha.
One thing I can tell you about WWE fans in Toronto, they show up and they show out. They have broken attendance records in this city twice. That is one of my favorite stats. And with that, I present to you Money in the Bank by the Numbers, Part 2.
The battle to earn the Money in the Bank contract is far from easy and requires a special kind of creativity and ingenuity.
How about that?
Survive the mayhem, and your chances of going from challenger to champion go through the roof. Successful cash-in rates from Mr. Money in the Bank stand at nearly 80%, while Ms. Money in the Bank has an astonishing 100% success rate.
She's cashing in, Cole!
With 42% of those winners going all in the very same night they won the life-changing contract. But no one has cashed in quicker than the Demon Kane, who could barely wait 50 minutes to make his move. Others were more calculated. Carmella waited a thoughtful 404,600 minutes. That's nearly 9 months before striking. And on the men's side, Damian Priest proved patience is a virtue.
Right now, Priest has won the world title!
Strategically taking 281 days to transform from Señor Money in the Bank to El Campeón. Becoming only the second to pull it off on the grandest stage of them all, following the blueprint of the architect, Seth freaking Rollins.
First time in WrestleMania history, someone's cashed in Money in the Bank and walking out the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Rollins with the heist of the century. Welcome to Money in the Bank.
Across its near 2-decade history, the Money in the Bank ladder matches emanated from 18 different cities, and the event has traveled a total of 28,267 miles.
The first time ever, both the men's and women's Money in the Bank ladder match go on simultaneously.
From boardrooms to across the pond, we now head north of the border, where 6 superstars are experiencing this clash for the very first time.
It is a moment which will change lives forever.
And 9 of the 12 competitors are looking for the golden ticket to capture their first WWE World Championship. The one thing about Money in the Bank, there is a formula.
Are you kidding me?
Utter chaos.
Somebody's career changing.
Times pure excitement, plus 2 contracts.
Money, money, money.
Equals 1 chance to turn ambition into destiny. At Money in the Bank.
You guys, I'm here with Tiffany Stratton. And Tiffany, there were high expectations for you when you came to SmackDown, and somehow you have exceeded all of those expectations. But tonight is your first ever Money in the Bank ladder match. Are you concerned about the other 5 competitors?
Kathy, I am most certainly not concerned. If anything, they should be concerned because I'm the most gifted WWE superstar. And tonight, that's gonna be on full display when I climb up that little ladder and grab that briefcase and it becomes Tiffy in the bank. Toodles.
Thanks so much. And oh, I think I just saw LA Knight, so I'm gonna go try to grab that interview, and in the meantime, send it back to you.
Kathy, thank you so much. Tiffany Stratton certainly has made her mark on the main roster of WWE. She is an absolute superstar. Her merchandise, it flies off the shelves. For the women, we see the crowd here getting more and more excited as we inch closer to Money in the Bank. But, you know, I think Tiffy should be aware of the field going into this ladder match because it's competitive. Who are you looking at going into the women's Money in the Bank match?
I think Tiffany, rightfully so, is a lot of people's favorite. You know, there's a ton of athleticism in this match, but I think sometimes you got to look at someone who might not have the same amount of athleticism, but who has the cunning. And the cunning, I think, in this match is Chelsea Green. I think a lot of people... Canadian Chelsea Green. Yes, Canadian Jackie. I'm excited to see what she does. I think Chelsea is someone who has the brains. I think she's crafty enough to figure out a way to get it done tonight. So I think Tiffany's a lot of people's favorite, but look out for Chelsea.
I agree with you on Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green is a slimy little pest, but that's the kind of person who gets a lot of success in this industry. As you know yourself, Biggie, as a former Money in the Bank winner. Just kidding. But seriously, Io Sky is somebody who has this pedigree. She's done it before, and I see a certain laser focus in the eyes of the genius of the Sky. She wants back gold. She lost it to Bayley. At some point, she's going to be launching an assault, whether it's on Raw or she somehow finds her way back to SmackDown. She wants gold back. She believes she is the absolute best in the industry. And one way to get back to that top spot is winning tonight.
Real quick, Biggie, how about someone like Naomi? She's got more experience in this specific type of match than anyone else in it. How much does that matter? Yeah,
I think she's definitely a sleeper and shouldn't be. She is a sleeper in many people's eyes, but she shouldn't be. She's absurdly athletic. She's someone who we do not give enough praise for her consistency, for her athleticism, time and time again. So definitely watch out for Naomi as well.
Yeah, the problem Naomi has in this industry is she is the nicest human being any of us have ever met. She is everybody's friend. Tonight, though, Naomi, it's about you. Be selfish, stomp on 5 women, climb that ladder, and grab the briefcase.
Well, you mentioned Tiffany Stratton, one of the crowd favorites amongst the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Gotta believe LA Knight is one of the favorites in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We knew Kathy was gonna go try and track him down. Apparently she has. Kathy, over to you.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys. I'm here with LA Knight. And LA, last night you said that main event Jey Uso was the favorite to win tonight's Money in the Bank ladder match. Now, does that lessen your confidence going in at all or motivate you further?
Well, first and foremost, let me talk to you. Here's the thing what we got to talk about. Money in the Bank is upon us. You talk about the things that I said last night. You talk about me talking about Jey Uso being pretty much the odds-on favorite, right? Look, I got eyes, I got ears, I can hear what's going on. Everybody out there is going to say LA Knight. Everybody out there is going to say, yeah, and I'm pretty sure everybody out there is probably going to be saying yeet. But as far as everything that I could see, everybody out there, look, man, they're pulling for me, they're pulling for him, but I feel like, man, maybe they're just pulling for him just a touch more, but that doesn't make a damn bit of difference to me. I walked into this place and I told you from day one. Actually, as a matter of fact, I told you last night, because if you want to talk about what I said last night, let's talk about what I said last night. Pre-show, Money in the Bank. I said they can say whatever they want. They can call it Mellow in the Bank, Yeet in the Bank. Doesn't matter. I ain't going to say any of that stupid crap. What I am going to say is Money in the Bank. I've been that from day one. It's what I'll continue to be. I'll grab that briefcase because nobody else can while I'm standing in there with everybody saying L.A. Knight. Yeah.
Thanks so much. And maybe you guys ask the crowd out there whether they're saying yeah or eat.
Kathy, thank you so much. It's like you're reading my mind because I do feel like we may need to poll the audience here inside Scotiabank Arena. So hang on. Let me ask you guys this. Are we a yeet crowd or are we a yeah crowd?
What is wrong with these people? Yeet is winning?
Yeet is winning.
This is the night of the Money in the Bank megastar LA Knight. Yeah! That's more like
pretty
it.
loud too. All right, let me ask you this. It seems LA Knight and Jey Uso are the two favorites going into the match. Do you agree with that, or is there someone else who's
Fan favorites and statistical favorites are two very different things. I agree. The Yeetmeister General, Jey Uso, and LA Knight, two of the most popular people we've ever had on our programming. Someone who is currently immensely unpopular is Drew McIntyre. But guess what? He's unpopular because he's cutthroat, he's ruthless, and he's really, really good. You don't have to like him, you don't have to chant his catchphrase, but he is the favorite in this match because he's damn good.
I think Drew is supremely talented, do not get me wrong, but you told me last time to remove my bias when I was talking about CM Punk. You remove your bias when you're talking about Drew.
No bias. He's the only former world champ, but continuing.
That is true. But look, you know, one of the interesting things I think about this match is just about everyone going into this has someone who's not in the match that they have to keep their head on a swivel about.
That's such a good point.
Drew has to look out for Punk. With Gable, is it the Wyatt Six? Are they coming for him again? Andrade might be the only person who can just focus on the match right now.
Does Santos Escobar like him? I mean, everyone somewhere online has someone who doesn't like him.
And Carmelo's been picking fights with veterans from Bobby Lashley to everyone else. So I think that's one of the interesting dynamics we often talk about this match. There is no disqualification, so you never know who's going to come in and trying to get their lick back.
So are you saying you expect potentially some interference from all angles in this men's Money in the Bank ladder match?
Which I love. We don't know from who, but I expect something to go down.
Listen, if there's one thing that WWE fans love, it's AJ Lee, but it's also surprises at premium live events. I'm sure we got a couple of those in store tonight. We will see. We are officially 30 minutes away from Money in the Bank. We've been counting down the top 10 crash landings. Here's number 4 to number 2.
Genius of the Sky just loves being airborne. The moonsault off the ladder! What a picture-perfect moonsault this was, taking out the entire field.
Sheamus got some evil intentions. Oh my God.
Wait a minute. He's not going to do that.
Sheamus, power bomb through the ladder. Oh my God. That steel ladder was bent completely in half.
Such a precarious position. This could end very badly.
Wait a second. Sunset flip through the ladder. Are you kidding me? How the hell is Finn Balor alive?
Well, the reigning Money in the Bank briefcase winner from last year, of course, was Damian Priest. He turned that briefcase into a World Heavyweight Championship that he will defend tonight against Seth freaking Rollins. Let's take a preview of a closer look of his run with the briefcase.
I get asked all the time, what's the best part of what I do for a living? I couldn't have written a better book of how this happened for me.
But things are really how they seem.
If I wasn't raised in Puerto Rico, I don't know if I would have loved wrestling the way I did. I just knew this is what I have to do. My family suffered emotionally seeing me go through a lot of down times in my life. Literally having nothing, I'm out of shape, I have no money saved. What do? Go make a name for yourself.
He has a presence about him. He kind of set himself apart.
Damian felt like he had to act a certain way.
It was frustrating to hear people's opinion of me. Hunter himself told me, prove them wrong.
It was his time to have something big.
Biggest moment in your life. So happy for him.
I'm one of the ones that wasn't supposed to. Man, I think about everything, the journey, everything that had to happen to get here. Wouldn't change anything.
by the way, that is just a preview of an upcoming episode of WWE 24 on Damian Priest. And Wade, it's a great example of what this briefcase can do for someone's career, right?
Just like that, in one night, it can take you from a guy who's kind of languishing and it can take you straight to the top. That's why I love this event. I love this match so much. It's so exciting, but it really gives you, I think more than any other match, maybe besides the Royal Rumble, it really gives you that opportunity to really skyrocket right to the top.
Yeah, and Damian Priest, just a guy who naturally oozes confidence. That confidence found a whole new level when he became Senor Money in the Bank, and it's growing still.
I'm sure, Big E, it's got to be a career highlight for you, winning that briefcase.
It's definitely up there,
too,
and
right?
there's nothing like, I'm telling you, there's nothing like being at the top of that ladder, looking out at the crowd, holding that. I don't even know what I was doing. My body stopped. I didn't know how it was functioning. I didn't know what was happening because I was so moved by the people. It was beautiful.
And we saw you climbing up a ladder again, once again tonight, brought back memories. But listen, we've been counting down the top 10 crash landings. Without further ado, here is number 1.
Oh, no. Yeah, you better get down, Kevin. Meanwhile, Strowman's going up the other side.
One cut, Kevin, halfway. No.
Strowman's driving Owens to the top of the ladder. Oh, my God! Oh, my God! Strowman just threw Owens off the top of the ladder through a table.
Money in the Bank is one of the most popular PLEs for a reason as we get closer to seeing it happen here at Scotiabank Arena. Lots of fans buying their own briefcases, and just 2 days ago, Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn hosted a comedy show at Toronto's Danforth Music Hall.
Cross the line, it's too late, you can't take it back.
How are you, buddy? Are you good? Good. Yeah, a little stressed.
I am, I would say, equally nervous, if not more nervous, than if this was a WrestleMania. Even if the words aren't perfect, it's fine. It's just like those comedic beats need to be there with a bunch of partners.
What can I do? What can I do to relieve your
Let's
stress?
just learn all this stuff.
Okay.
On paper, this is kind of a crazy show.
First one's only about a minute. You know, overshoot it, holding for like laughter if there is any. Let's hope there is some.
I'm very directorial, wrestling and otherwise, so this is my show. I wrote it, I'm producing it, obviously have help.
There's no pressure to be funny. It's just fun.
Well, I can rattle off a few bits.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, whatever you want.
I love the creative process of putting something together that takes you on that kind of ride. It goes from one thing to another and you don't know what's next.
All right, Toronto!
Hot crowd! Hot crowd! Tonight, I felt like they were there the whole time. At the end of the day, that's all I really care about. I want to take them on the ride. You know, I get to cheat a little bit by having these wonderful guests.
I am so proud of Sami. He killed it. He is so funny. His timing on everything was so good. It was so entertaining. It was so fun.
I feel the way I do after a great match when I do this. Something about that. It's just addictive. I love it. I love it all.
January 1st, 2024, we were discussing what WrestleMania could look like.
This card for WrestleMania was probably 80% done in October.
I think this story goes down a path that no one in their right mind could have ever anticipated.
This unique thing happened.
I want that title, but not at WrestleMania.
Power goes back, as it should, to the people.
As this all changes, we call an audible because this is all happening in real time.
Oh, my God!
We pivot in a way that blurs the lines of fiction and reality.
If you can continually swerve them, then we've done our job.
You start to realize, like, yeah, this is going to be big.
I've been a part of some chaotic builds
but this one has been the wildest.
Becoming the final boss has allowed me to be as visceral as I want to be. When chaos happens, something magical will come out of it.
What do we do next?
The best ever Money in the Bank cash-in hasn't happened yet because it's not mine.
I mean, there was one dude who took two ends of a ladder and used them as stilts to try to get the title or the briefcase up there. It was super impressive.
I gotta give it to Kofi Kingston when he had both ladders and he used them as stilts and was walking to the center of the ring trying to climb and capture that briefcase. Then all of a sudden Drew McIntyre came in the picture and just knocked him off. That was crazy.
I have to go back and watch the tapes and figure out who that was.
I don't know. Clearly, it was me grabbing the briefcase, unhooking it, hearing that bell ring, holding it high above my head, roaring. One of the coolest feelings of my career for sure, because you just know, what the next step is going to be, and a surreal moment.
Money in the Bank ladder match during the pandemic. That was one of the toughest ones. As you can see, I'm still alive, but I was thrown off a 15-story high building, maybe even higher, by none other than Corbin.
I think the toughest part about being in a Money in the Bank ladder match is that you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know, am I going to hurt myself? Am I going to win? Am I going to, there's so many things that go through your mind when you're stepping into a match like that. You know that a lot is on the line, there's a lot at stake. So it's very, very unpredictable.
The toughest part is literally the object of the match, is climbing the ladder, getting hit by the ladder, and I don't think people fully understand or believe how dangerous those ladders are. Like the first one that I was in, it fell one way and clipped the side of my hip, and my hip was jacked up for the next 3 weeks. It's so dangerous and scary.
Which is the best cash-in of all time?
Probably Alexa Bliss, because a lot of people weren't expecting her to not only win it that night, but cash in that night and was successful.
Opinion, of course. Obviously, I'm a little biased to mine, mainly because of all the hate and the criticism of, can I do it? Will I do it? Probably not. And then doing it at WrestleMania, the biggest WrestleMania of all time.
Gotta give it to Seth Rollins.
Probably the most recent one, Damian Priest. Stealing it from Drew McIntyre because Drew kept his eye off the ball. Sorry, bud, I like you, but come on, you're better than that.
Oh, I would turn it into a mask. Instead of it being squared, I would have a briefcase that is shaped of a mask, and I would carry that bad boy, almost like a lunchbox, but it would be a Rey Mysterio mask.
I might make it a little bit bigger. I'll make it light, but I'll make it bigger so it can carry a few more things. I got a lot of stuff. I walk around with a lot of bags.
Put my dad's face on it, because everyone would be cheering for Mr. Miz, and then it would make me the ultimate babyface, because my dad makes me the ultimate babyface every time. And I think he would really like that.
Or I can always turn that briefcase into a title. Just the center of the title, representing what I will eventually win.
Tomorrow.
When it comes to my opponent at Heat Wave, it don't matter.
NXT brings the heat to Toronto.
Our NXT champion finds himself in the middle of chaos.
With a fatal four-way match for the NXT championship.
Oh, yes, man.
Plus, a battle for the NXT Women's Championship.
There is not one woman that can take this title away from me.
These fists don't lie.
NXT Heatwave in Toronto.
Well, before we get to NXT Heatwave tomorrow, Canadian Chelsea Green will compete in her first ever Money in the Bank ladder match. She had a chance to visit the CN Tower with Kathy Kelly. Let's take a look.
Try to slap me, we gon' let it slap, slap, slap.
I'm sorry, how high did you say it was?
1,168 feet in the air. I'm actually not sure what that calculates to in meters, but I'm sure you could do the math.
I feel like nobody told me that statistic before they asked me to be here.
Oh! You got it. Oh! You got it. Oh! There we go.
Hello, Toronto! Woohoo! Yes! Oh, God!
You were typically not a very grounded person, so we figured you would come here to do the highest interview in WWE history. How does it feel to be a part of that?
Great, Kathy. Anything else? I'm the overnight success here, okay? Not Tippy Time, not Naomi, not Lyra, not Io, not Zoe.
Okay. You've been grinding for 10 years, and we plan to walk out of Scotiabank Arena
In my Maple Leaf custom gear with the Money in the Bank.
Congratulations on surviving the CN Tower and conquering your fear of heights ahead of Money in the Bank.
Ew, I
You
wasn't
will be
afraid of heights. I didn't
climbing
say that.
ladders and hopefully beating out 5 other competitors to take home the Money in the Bank contract.
I love your negativity, Kathy.
I wasn't negative at all. It's honesty.
And good night.
Listen, there are 2 things you can count on when WWE enters a city for a premium live event. Superstars doing touristy things and Paul Triple H Levesque making announcements and or news. And that certainly is the case here today. Let's take a look.
Exciting night. Money in the Bank is a great PLA for WWE, I think, because it changes the trajectory of a lot of things. So as you're getting ready to head into SummerSlam, but you know, once somebody has that Money in the Bank briefcase, it sort of changes the dynamic because the chase begins, and you always have to, if you're a champion, you always have to be looking over your shoulder. So it'll be a big night. We got a lot of great talent in there. I think very difficult to call. I think all the matches tonight will deliver, and then some. We got a few surprises in the tank, so it's going to be a fun night.
It's going to be a fun night.
I got to be honest with you, I have absolutely no idea what Triple H is talking about here, but I do know one thing. When he alludes to something big, Triple H consistently in the past has always delivered, so I cannot wait to find out what on earth he's talking
And
about.
listen, if you look at the history of WWE premium live events in this city, it has been known to make waves, right? Like, we've had some pretty historic things happen here. Rock versus Hogan, anybody?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what that means, that the landscape is about to change, but it feels big. It feels very big. So I will be watching with very sharp eyes.
Well, after the last 2 years of WWE and the number of shocks we've had, if Triple H is promising something big, you know it's going to be up here.
I just hope you're not too heated for the post show later tonight. I mean, are you okay?
I'm
from last
sedated,
time?
don't worry,
You're
they've got plans
still
for
coming
me.
down from that high in Scotland. But listen, if you're just joining us, here is what's on tap tonight at Money in the Bank, live from Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. We, of course, have the women's Money in the Bank ladder match that features a few first-time participants in the likes of Chelsea Green, Tiffany Stratton, Lyra Valkyria, and also our defending Money in the Bank winner, Io Sky. Okay, elsewhere we're going to Damien Seth. I thought Wade was doing the match promo with me, but he left me out to China. That's all right. We got Damian Priest defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Seth Rollins. Here's how we got to this point.
Shop the largest collection of WWE Money in the Bank Toronto merchandise at the Money in the Bank Superstore. Replica WWE Championship titles, superstar apparel, signed memorabilia, exclusive items, and so much more. All at the Rec Room in downtown Toronto, open through Sunday.
Ready for the comeback. I'm gonna cut to the chase. I'm back for one reason. The World Heavyweight Championship. Get ready for me. El Campeon. You and I are a lot alike. We both made our names in groups. We both won the Money in the Bank contract. We both won our first world titles at WrestleMania. But there's like this one little thing that separates me from you, and that's at some point, I grew a set. If it wasn't for the Judgment Day, you wouldn't be standing here World Heavyweight Champion right now.
How about this? At Money in the Bank, how about Seth freaking Rollins versus Damian El Campeón Priest for the world title?
Well, if it's that simple, why don't we sweeten the pot? If you retain that title at Money in the Bank, as long as you're champion, I'll never challenge for the world title again. But when I beat you, you leave the Judgment Day.
The way I see it, the Judgment Day, they need me a whole lot more than Damian Priest needs them. I accept.
Please welcome your 2000
Judgment Day trap.
Please welcome your 2024 Money in the Bank announce team. First, he is the voice of WWE, Michael Cole.
And Priest is not happy.
Money in the Bank, I really need you to stay out of this, man. I gotta lose my own.
And Rollins now.
So this idea that you have that you still run Monday Night Raw.
And Priest has had enough.
Those days are numbered.
Oh, there is certainly a lot on the line tonight between Damian Priest and Seth freaking Rollins. The World Heavyweight Championship is one thing, but if Damian loses, he has to leave the Judgment Day. If Seth loses, he can't challenge for the World Heavyweight
And his
Championship.
broadcast partner, he is the voice of Friday Night SmackDown, Corey Graves.
There's a lot going on right now. I think he has a ton to prove tonight. I will take Seth against anyone when Seth is fully healthy. My big question is he fully healthy? I don't know.
Yeah, the guy with everything to lose tonight is Damian Priest. You can lose your title and you can lose your membership of the Judgment Day. I mean, that is absolutely huge. And I get it with Seth. If he can't challenge for the World Heavyweight title again for however long, that's massive too. But it's really Damian Priest who has everything to lose tonight.
Well, apparently you can also lose your tribal chief and just give yourself a makeover and have a brand new bloodline. And that is the era that we are currently living in. So let's talk about that matchup, because Kevin Owens on SmackDown last night was very heartfelt, very emotional about where his motivation coming into this match tonight is coming from. His mother is not doing well, and he says he's going to give the Bloodline 2.0 or bootleg Bloodline, whatever you want to call them, sort of the beating of their lives. Are they able to do it, though, when it comes to the Bloodline?
You know what? That promo last night from Kevin gave me chills. To know what he's going through, to know his motivation right now, you're going to see the very best Kevin Owens. He's going to put it all on the line. I'm so excited for this match. It really feels big. It feels like the Avengers against the worst that Marvel has to offer on the other side. Jacob Fatu is a monster. I think we're seeing a future world champion in Jacob Fatu. I'm so excited for this. I think all 6 of those men are going to throw it all on the line right now.
Yeah, Bloodline post-WrestleMania spiraling to their death, and along comes Solo Sikoa, does all the things he's not supposed to do, brings in all the people he's not supposed to bring in, and look at them now. They are going skyward, maybe to the best, most dangerous version of the Bloodline we've ever seen. Kevin Owens, fight like hell. You're going to have to fight like hell tonight if you and your men have got any chance against this Bloodline.
Who is now, in your opinion, the most dangerous member of this new look Bloodline?
Jacob.
Is it Jacob Fatu?
Jacob. He's special.
Physically, Jacob Fatu. Mentally, Solo Sikoa, who has played this masterfully thus far. Things can go wrong quickly with the kind of personnel he's put in place, but thus far, everything's gone perfectly.
And it is important for the Bloodline to stick together in said situation, but we are in Canada, my home turf. It is also the home turf of WWE Hall of Famer and Canadian icon, one Trish Stratus. Let's give it up for Trish Stratus. She is our host tonight here at Money in the Bank in Scotiabank Arena.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome WWE Hall of Famer, Toronto Zone, Trish Stratus.
I don't know what to say to that, except for, you're welcome. You guys, it is so good to be home. And I'm so excited that I get to be the one to welcome you to a night that's going to change WWE forever. Welcome to Money in the Bank. And first, singing the Star-Spangled Banner, someone who has given me many an awesome introduction. Please welcome our very own Samantha Irvin.
early light, what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
now, please welcome Ontario native, two-time Juno nominee, Canadian recording artist, Ryland James.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
The opportunity of a lifetime. Money in the bank. Inside a contract, guaranteed championship opportunity, which will change lives forever.
Get ready for the summer's ultimate heist. For el campeón.
I got into this business to be the best of all time.
Priest. Rollins.